the game between Albion Rovers and Queen's Park. At the start of play, both teams right up with the leaders on the 8-point mark. Early free kick to Queen's Park. Steve Lennox striking the crossbar. That nearly broke the tie. Queen's Park, the only amateur side in Scotland, coming close early on. Albion Rovers trying to mount an attack. Long ball played upfield, controlled by Paul Teven. Teven wide on the left for Albion Rovers. The right foot cross. Steve Cadden, the number 4 with a volley. Not far off target. After 63 minutes, Albion Rovers took the lead thanks to a penalty strike by Jim Chapman. Queen's Park going forward too. The substitute O'Brien hauled down by Bob McCulloch. Penalty awarded by George Smith. The kick taken by Gary Lennox. A goal for Queen's Park. It ended 1-1 at Clifton Hill.
And elsewhere today in the First Division, Ayr United won the battle of the promoted sides thanks to goals from Henry Templeton and John Sludden. Falkirk were 2 up at half-time against Clyde and held on for the points despite a late John Miller goal for the home side. And John Watson scored twice as Dunfermline beat unhappy Kilmarnock 3-0. John Clark and Rowan Alexander were the men who mattered for Forfar and Morton, who both, as you can see, got 1-goal victories. So, Airdrie, Dunfermline and Morton lead the table. Ayr United just 1 point behind. And at the bottom, Thistle, Queen of the South and Wraith are still on just 3 points. In Division 2, Arbroath took a point at Bayview despite having Paul Jack sent off halfway through the second half. And Gregor Stevens, the former Rangers defender, now with Brecon, was also sent off in an incident-packed match at East Stirling. Billy McNeil, yes, him again, scored 2 for the home side, and Ian Patterson 2 for Brecon. 6 of the 7 goals came in the first 26 minutes. And there were plenty of goals at Montrose too, with the home side taking the points despite Derek McCutcheon's 2 penalties for Stranraer. And the net result of all those goals in Division 2 today is that Arbroath top the table by just a point, as you can see, from 4 other sides, while poor Berwick Rangers remain pointless after Stennismuir scored twice in the last 5 minutes to win 3-2. Well, rugby's league season began today with defending champions...
For the match at Clifton Hill Stadium between Albion Rovers and Montrose, both teams on the 13-point mark from 11 matchups. Bright sunshine at Clifton Hill, but in common with the rest of the country, it's bitterly cold. Albion Rovers going forward. This is Paul Teven. Out the ball goes to Colin Coogan. Can he get the shot in? Not far away. Albion Rovers coming close early in the game. Free kick to Montrose. Blocked away by the Albion Rovers wall. Scooped in by Tony Duffy. He'll scramble inside the box. Gary Murray going down. Seemed to be tackled by his own man that time. Duffy with the shot. And Bobby McCulloch tipping it over. Corner kick to Montrose from the right side. Blocked away once again. And the header off the line. Header by Hamish Mackay. Dave Patterson getting the cross in. This is Colin Maver. And the shot going in. A low trundler by Colin Maver. But it's good enough to make the score 1-0 Montrose. 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Albion Rovers now going forward, and there's Colin Coogan. And the Rovers are back level. Colin Coogan scoring. Into the second half, still 1-1. A vitally important match for both teams. Albion Rovers with Paul Teven. Agonizingly close. But it's a corner. There's David Larter with a fist away. It's gone in. It's Paul Teven. After 60 minutes, the corner from the left side. A mighty battle for the ball here. Larter touching it away. 5 or 6 players on the goal line. It struck the post. Did it go over? Well, it certainly did at the second time of asking. And the final score, Albion Rovers 2, Montrose 1.
And Colin Maver's goal from Montrose, one of the best we've seen all season. Ayr United lost ground today when they had to rely on a Henry Templeton penalty 20 minutes from time to salvage a point against Clyde. McNair, Ray and Houston got Falkirk's goals in their win over Wraith. And the former Forfar striker Ken MacDonald got Airdrie's goal in the draw at Station Park. Jerry McCoy got the late equaliser for Partick in the meeting of the Thistles. Bryce, Traynor and Eadie got Clydebank's goals in their win at struggling Queen of the South, and St Johnstone finally cracked Kilmarnock's defensive barrier in the last 12 minutes with goals from Grant Jenkins and Steve Maskery. Killie didn't force a corner in the entire game. So Morton remain 2 points clear of Falkirk, with St Johnstone now in third place and 4 sides on 14 points. And at the bottom, Queen of the South now trail 3 points behind Partick Thistle and Wraith Rovers. In Division 2, Brecon keeper David Laurie saved a penalty in his side's 2-0 win over bottom-of-the-table Berwick. Cowdenbeath stretched their unbeaten run to 9 matches with the draw against Arbroath, and troubled Dumbarton had a morale-boosting 3-0 win over East Stirling, Robert Docherty scoring twice. There were convincing wins for Alloa and Stirling Albion, and Darren Henderson scored in the last minute to give Stranraer victory over Stennismuir. So Albion are now 1 clear of Arbroath, with Stranraer and Albion Rovers a point further back. And at the other end, Berwick are now 4 behind Dumbarton, who are in turn 3 behind Stennismuir. Well, now for a roundup of the...
Albion Rovers lead the division by 4 points, and they're going for the 7th win on the trot. Chance for Queen's Park. Here's Gary Lennox. He'll be kicking himself for that one. Queen's Park again using the long ball tactic. And blasted over by Paul McLean. Martin McGowan, the left back for Albion Rovers, and Chapman. Fine save by Monaghan. Albion Rovers are managed by Davy Provan, the former Rangers player. His assistant, the former England central striker, Joe Baker. Jim Boyle, the fullback, having a go. That's a great save. Bobby McCulloch. Albion Rovers desperate for win number 7. Coming close there from Bishop. Colin Granger testing out Monaghan. Boyle. The target is Paul McLaughlin. The final score 0-0.
Elsewhere in the First Division, 2 Henry Templeton goals in the last 5 minutes gave Ayr United victory over a Morton's Roth, despite having Tom McCafferty sent off 25 minutes from time, and Berwick Rangers got only their 2nd win of the season thanks to a John Hughes goal. There were draws at Brecon and Cowdenbeath, while Jerry McMillan got Stranraer.
Manager Davy Provan, coach Joe Baker and the lads look a little bit in the dark over their mystery coach trip to the Borders. And it won't be a game, Derek, they'll be looking forward to with any great enthusiasm, because it will be a hard time for them down there.
Well, it's a long way down there. They'll be a bit apprehensive, but I think once they get there, and if they get an early goal, I think...
But when you carefully look into their rise to prominence, you might just discover that it isn't at all surprising.
Clifton Hill, home to Albion Rovers, the Wee Rovers, the club which for the last 40 years has struggled in vain to climb from the depths of the 2nd Division. But now, for the first time in their history, the Wee Rovers are 4 points clear of the pack, an achievement which owes much to the management team at Coatbridge, 2 men who were once old enemies. The manager, the 13th in as many years at Coatbridge, is a former Scottish internationalist, capped 5 times, and who at club level played for the great treble-winning Rangers side of 1963-64. He is, of course, Davy Provan.
What a moment for Bobby Shearer and his great team. To add to the league and the League Cup, Rangers have won the Scottish Cup.
I still see myself as an ex-Rangers player managing Coatbridge team. I think if we could get promotion, it would be well up the highlights of my career. In fact, I've done it with the help of the backroom staff. But being a manager of a small club like Albion Rovers, I think would be a great feather in everybody's cap, and certainly would be one of my highlights of my career.
Proven's right-hand man and the club coach is the great Joe Baker, star of Hibs, Torino, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, and, like Proven, an internationalist. Only Baker played for England.
Footballers talk about pressure now. Imagine being a Scotsman playing for England at Hampden Park. I stood there with a white shirt on in front of the Hampden stand and God Save Our Gracious Queen, and there were 129,000 people shouting away, get back to England, you Sassenach. I wouldn't say this, the word they said, but that's what I was called, you know. So that is pressure.
North of the border, the vintage match of the year. Scotland on the left versus England. A mistake by England's new centre-half Slater. Leggett pounced on the ball. Goal to Scotland. 2 minutes later, England thought they'd equalised. Out of Happy's hands, Baker headed a ball in. The referee said foul. Goal disallowed.
Meanwhile, back at Clifton Hill, the pressures are a little less heady for Joe Baker and Davy Proven, but the two men are united in their ambition for the club, despite formal loyalties.
Well, there's no aggravation regarding Joe playing for England and me playing for Scotland. I didn't play very often for Scotland, but the fact that I was a Scottish internationalist and Joe's an English internationalist must rub off on the rest of the players within the club, knowing that there are 2 internationalists at the top of the tree. And I think, obviously, the experience Joe's gained and the experience I've gained through the years has gone a long way to help the club become better and improve the players' performance on this Saturday.
Ambitions for the rest of the season, Joe?
To go into the First Division at the end of the season, to be standing in that line there with my arms in the air saying that's us on the First Division, we start work now.
Good luck to them. Well, Scotland's snooker ace Stephen Hendry is 20.
Their 16th win of the season. They face a solid Alloa side that lies in mid-table, but still with an outside chance of promotion to Division 1. Albion Rovers looking to do some early attacking. Here's Colin Granger, helped by the wind and turned away by Lowry. Danny Diver in the thick of the action, hooked away by Smith. McKenzie with the throw. And Paul McKenzie looking to cross into the middle. The corner conceded by Lee. Referee Les Montrum. Colin Granger with it. And here's McGowan. And Diver knocks it in. Danny Diver, signed to the Belgian club, Racing Club Tourney, makes it 1-0. Alloa hoping to counter here, and they've won themselves a penalty. Well, there was a push on McCallum, and it could well have been by number 9, Ali Graham. The goalkeeper in the thick of things as well, but it's a penalty. Andy Millen to square the game. 1-1. Steve Ramsey gives up possession. And Alloa will give away a free kick. Lowry, the goalkeeper. Swept in by Colin Granger. And there is Graham. Off the post by Chapman. Cadden. It's over the line, and Albion Rovers are back in front. Well, Diver claiming the goal. But I think it was Steve Cadden who played in the decisive shot. There's Jim Chapman. He was unlucky to see his header come off the post. Steve Cadden races in here, gets to the ball, and over the line there. So it's Cadden's goal. Can Alloa answer Albion for a second time? They can. It's Charlie Lidwin. Great header by the veteran striker. And with 18 minutes to go, it's 2-2. That's experience for you. Beautiful looping header by Litwin, and McCulloch had no chance. A few muddy jerseys out there. Tells you something about the ground conditions at Clifton Hill. And this is Steve Cadden. Beautiful turn. And Cadden will try the shot. Lowry got a touch. And Willie Blackie for Alloa. Great goalkeeping by McCulloch. Certainly the players not afraid to shoot on sight today.